I'll give you one tidbit. It's about, feels like 140 here, but it's about 100 110 in Phoenix, although albeit very dry. So it's not the humidity that'll kill you. It's probably the heat out here that'll take care of that. So just a little weather differential between the two of us right now.
Well, I wasn't sure where Raj was going. I thought it was the dry humor that he was referring to.
Well, here in Atlanta, it's very humid, so we'll take any dry, even if it's dry humor, okay?
That works for us. So first of all, thank you for having us. Thank you for having GoDaddy on the webinar, and happy to be with you guys, showing you what we've learned, what we see in the market, and how we're responding with what our customers are telling us with products that hopefully delight all of our customers and delight all of your listeners and webinar users. So without any ado, I think we already did the intro, so thank you for that as well. We want to kind of go into what we think is very useful and hopefully a good takeaway for your listeners and the users of the webinar by talking about what we think digital identity on the web means. And I'll let Raj Mukherjee speak to this. It's something that he's very passionate about. So Raj, you want to give us a very high level and then
Yeah, sure. Look, at a top level, and you guys know this more, you're in the business of building your business. It's in this day and age, having a website is pretty darn important. It's your identity, it's your brand online, and it starts in many cases, or in most cases, with you getting a domain name, and wherever you get the domain name from, and in many cases you get it from GoDaddy. But you start with a domain name and then you associate a site. Think of your domain name as your land, and then you put your identity, your center of your identity, on that land that you just bought. And that's your website. And you can do your website yourself. There are many tools, and GoDaddy provides some tools, but there are also tools outside of GoDaddy that are provided. And when I say tools, it's basically, think of it as not something you have to download. It's just a software on the web. You go in and you put in your information. Now, there are things that Raj will go into. There are some staggering stats where we find websites lacking basic information such as your phone number. And making those things really come to light is part of your digital identity. You have to make sure that those things are lit up correctly or showing up correctly as you put in. One stat, and again, Brett, as we talk through, I'm guessing you'll ask and we'll have a good set of interesting questions on this. Frankly, 50% of United States businesses don't have a website. And so we are in the business of helping someone get started with that digital identity and helping them get that web presence. But it doesn't stop with that. It actually starts with that website. When you think about expanding your definition of your web presence into many things that matter for you, well, your Facebook page is part of your identity too. So is your Twitter profile. And so are many other things that form what I call the core parts of your identity that help your business get recognized online and offline. Because in this day and age, that differentiation between online and offline is slowly going away. Your customers or the typical consumers are searching both online and offline. They're walking down the streets and they're looking at businesses. Think of that as visual scanning of businesses. They're also going in and using their mobile phone to look up in Yelp or in Facebook, wherever, to find the local business that they're going to go and visit. And so that's at the core of digital identity. And oftentimes when we think of our future as GoDaddy and how do we help businesses grow and run their business better, we think about how do we help them set their digital identity right and then expand that digital identity everywhere that matters, online and offline. Raj?
Yeah, very eloquent and well put. To Raj's point, what do we consider digital identity? It's basically your small business or your brand, essentially, on the web across all properties where consumers or prospective customers are looking for you. So it's really not us going B2B, but us enabling our customers to go B2C, which is making sure that wherever their consumers are, wherever their customers are, any device across any channel type of thing, they're able to find our small business customers' digital identity on any property. So we have some properties listed here, but again, when you think of our tools between our website builder and our GetFound tool, goes way beyond these properties. What we're showing you is some of the, the brands that folks are very familiar with. But if you think about, all the different properties, all the different ways consumers are searching, there's many other properties that are not listed here as well that our tools enable the digital identity for. So to get right into the TNT part of the...
Actually, are there any questions before we move forward? Are there any questions on what digital identity means, why it matters? Happy to take it before we jump into the tools and tips and tricks.
Well, there's probably still kind of queuing things up, but I am just blown away by the fact that you said 50% today in 2014, 50% of small businesses still don't have a website.
That is absolutely right. And the other number that will make you even, I don't know, it actually forces me to tear my hairs because this is me as a consumer. When I go in and search on my mobile phone and go and find a website, and believe me, it's not mobile optimized, it's not responsive, so I don't get the information I want, and it really frustrates me as a consumer. And that number, it's even more staggering. More than 80% of sites are not mobile optimized.
Wow.
So out of that 50% that have sites, more than 80% are not mobile optimized. That is what, and that's why when Raj goes through this, we are really about how do we help the small business be found by their customers in the right way.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that there must be a perception still out there today that it's still difficult to get a website, and let alone a mobile website or mobile optimized website, up and running. Is that the perception that's still out there?
Based on our research, the answer is absolutely yes. You hit the nail hard there. People still think that, oh my God, I have to pay someone like $10,000 to build a site. The good news is, I'm not joking. The good news is you can actually come in and at $1 a month, you can get started with your own domain. This is not like there's no catch here. You get your domain, you get your website, and you can get started at $1 a month. Like that is how simple it has become. And you can put in some basic information, create like, hey, you know what? Here's my business name, here's my business address, here's my phone number, here's my email address, here's some basic content. I'm this Atlanta bakery. For some reason, I'm thinking of food right now. I don't know why, but so here's my bakery. Here's some good pictures of cakes. That's it.
And I think, Brett, this speaks to, if you have business customers that are listening or business owners that are listening in right now, kudos that they actually have time to listen in. Think about how much time they have in a given day, right? With all the hats that they're wearing, with all the jobs that they have to do, with all, if you really sit down, you watch them, right? I go to their businesses, I go to the restaurant, and not in a creepy way, in a very nice way where I sit and watch them and see what they're talking about, see what they're doing. They're running from fire to fire, function to function. They don't have a marketer. They don't have a legal department. They don't have a procurement department. They do all this. So in what I've seen in all the visits that I've done is that, they get maybe 5 to 10 minutes in between tasks. And if they decide to do something with when they are a DIY type of customer, they have to be able to not only start but finish something in 5 to 10 minutes, because that's all the time they have. And if they drop it in between, they're not going to come back to that because you just lost them. So what we try to do is, again, like to Raj's point, is make the buyer persona, which is like, I need to get this today, make it so dead simple that $1 a month, the domain's included. They're like, yep, I got 5 minutes. I'm going to purchase this right now. And it's fine if they don't set it up right then and there, but if they come back and they set it up, it's 5 to 10 minutes. All they have to do, again, we already have their information. It's already pre-populated. All they have to do is select a theme that's already pre-selected for them. They say confirm, confirm. Great. I'm online with their maps already done. Address is already there. Phone number's already there. Mobile website's already done. It's about as turnkey as possible because we get that they only have that 5 to 10 minutes per task. They might have multiple tasks, but think about how many things they have to get done between bookkeeping, between payments, between employee stuff, between fulfillment, all these things. So we want to make sure not only can they purchase, but also fulfill and set up within those 5 to 10 minutes and get going. And then, they've got something that's tangible. It's on the web. It's published. mybusiness.com and it exists. They can always come back, do more with it, enhance it, but the friction of getting started is, again, we want to nail it within that 5 to 10 minutes.
And just so that people kind of understand your perspective on your small business customers, could you kind of give them an idea? Because you're not even talking about big small businesses that you guys deal with. You deal with a lot of very small businesses.
Yeah, I mean, so just to give, first of all, completely 100% agree with Raj on how much our emphasis is on helping small businesses save time. Look, the 3 things that we care about most: how do we make you look professional? How do you help you save time? How do we help you get customers? That's really what we are focused on, in that order. And when you think about the kind of businesses, honestly, they're single owners, like homeowner businesses, 1-person shops, all the way maybe to 10-people shops. And a 10-people shop is a big business in our mind, right? So now you have employees, now you're actually managing payroll. You're a big business in that respect. That is the kind of customers we're talking about. We're talking about what nobody else in the world, I mean it in very deep respect. GoDaddy has 12 million customers who are in this category. It's a staggering number. But when you look at across the world, that number is much, much higher. It's 200 million such customers who are single sole entrepreneurs or very small businesses, less than 10, 20 people, that frankly don't have the time to hire a marketing department, to hire an IT department, to hire someone who can do payroll in a big way. They just do everything themselves. And in that 5-10 minutes that they have between what they like, what they're passionate about, which is, in this case, maybe it's baking a cake, they have to do everything else.
All right, this is great. I'm going to turn it back over to you guys, but this is great because you talk about, we just gave some great context about the kinds of small businesses that can take advantage of everything that you're about to get into. It's not just for the very big guys. You guys are talking directly to the very small folks, and we have a lot of those in the audience.
Awesome.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so one tip and or trick that we have, again, this is what you're seeing is a screenshot of our website builder. So this is GoDaddy's proprietary website builder that helps you, again, to what Raj mentioned earlier, for $1 a month, domain included, where you can get started and create an online presence. What we also have is a tool that enables and helps you get found via SEO. So what we've done with our website builder is we completely...
Raj, what is SEO?
Right, so SEO is, that's a great question, Raj. I promise we practiced this stick before we started. So SEO is search engine optimization that helps you get found on, helps your website get found on search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing. And the concept is actually, if I went into what it really means, it gets convoluted, but essentially what we've done is taken all the gunk out of SEO and made it dead simple so that it speaks your language, you're comfortable with it. Basically, all it does is gives you options and you select which one suits you the best. At the end of the day, it optimizes your website to be found on Google. Not just found on Google, but found on Google to the top for what you do.
So actually, sort of taking a step back and just making sure we understand, the first tip is really something we thought it was, hey, go get yourself a domain and website. That's tip number 1. If you don't have it, we talked about 50% not having a website. So if you don't have it, seriously, happy to share my own email address, Raj's email address. We're happy to help you. So get a website. That's tip number 1. Once you have gotten your website, what you're looking at right now is our website builder tool. And in that tool, you want to optimize your site. And when I say optimize, don't think of, oh my God, it's a marketing job and whatnot. No. In plain, vanilla, simple English. And I'm an immigrant. I don't know how to speak very big, good English. So it's basic, simple English. You take that and you put that in and you optimize the page. And what optimization does is helps all these search engines where all your consumers are coming in, like me and Raj are going in and searching for that bakery or that shoe store or whatnot. And it's just going in and making sure those search engines are finding you easily. And that's the tips. We're just going to take you through the journey of one of our customers who's bought a website builder. Now they're in the search engine optimization tool. And step by step, it's going to show you the tips and tricks to make that optimized.
Yeah, so the customer here is one of my favorite restaurants in Scottsdale. Um, so much so that I think I eat there every weekend now. But great Thai food located in Old Town Scottsdale. If you happen to be in Scottsdale, let them know that Raj referred you. I think I get 1 penny for every time somebody goes there, which after 100 pennies, I can pay for $1 a month for a website builder. But yeah, so essentially what you're seeing here is what Deirdre, who owns Mally's, went through as she built not only her website, but optimized, to Raj's point, made her website available for search engines, but not just available, but also available for folks that are searching for things like Thai food, searching for Thai food restaurant, Thai food menu. And if you think about it from a mobile perspective, her consumers or her prospective shoppers are shopping in Scottsdale while they're traveling, and they're searching for Thai food on Google. Google's going to look, okay, what's closest to Scottsdale? What actually has great content? How can I serve up a website that is for Thai food in this area, rated really well, talks about Thai food, has a Thai food menu, has a location. So we've basically done all that in the back end and made it super simple so that Deirdre, if she's walking through this tool, she's able to select something called a title tag. Now, I don't know how many folks on this call know what a title tag is, but you don't need to know what a title tag is. What we've done is basically made a title tag so easy that, again, if you think about something like TurboTax, right? You can, I don't know if TurboTax lets you put in any refund you want, but TurboTax will help you calculate what a refund should be based on if you're single, how much you made, do you have kids? We're taking the same approach. We're basically asking you, what do you do? Okay, I'm a restaurant. Where do you do it? Well, I do it in Scottsdale. What type of restaurant is it? It's Thai food. Great. Based on that, we suggest a title tag. And all you have to do is say, well, that one is most like me. And regardless of what you select, you'll still be on Google. You'll still show up on Google. But what we've done is made it dead simple so that you don't have to know what a title tag is. You don't have to know the code to how to write title tag, which is up top in the screenshot and in the deck, actually on the slide. It's point and click. It's literally point and click that we give you suggestions. You pick the best one that appeals to you. And as you can see how that translates, a title tag is basically the title on a search result in Google. So Deirdre selected Thai food restaurant, Thai food menu, Mally's Thai Bistro, Scottsdale, Arizona. And what that did is basically how Google picked it up. So Google now knows the title of this website is exactly what she picked, which is Thai food restaurant, Thai food menu, Mally's Thai Bistro, and the website name. Now, the beauty behind this is that we did a ton of work to optimize, to make sure that we put in the right keywords, the right phrases, which, again, you don't have to know how to do, but we know on the back end how to make sure that we give you the right suggestion so that you have the right title tag that people are searching for. Ultimately, in this case, it's Thai food, and we surface that up to you.
You mean technology is making life simple?
Yes, Raj, it is. In this case, it's making it damn simple, right? So we want to make sure, again, you look at the options and you pick the best option. You don't have to type in anything. You don't have to write anything. It's basically done for you, and you just select one. And as you can see, this is actually Deirdre's website. She selected this title tag, and when you go to Google, you put in Thai food in Scottsdale, Arizona, her website comes up with that title tag. So what you select in Website Builder is how it shows up on Google. Any questions on the title tag?
That's pretty straightforward. Very straightforward.
Great. Yep. So another tip is, let's say Deirdre has now gotten past the title tag. She feels great. We made her a coder in all intents and purposes. She knows how to build websites now. Another thing Google wants to know is, great, okay, so now we have a title tag. I know what the name of your website is. I know at a high level what you do. Now tell me exactly what you do. Help me describe what you do. And this is not necessarily something Google uses to rank your website, but it's something that if you think from a marketing perspective, or if you think about what you do best, right? I do this, I guarantee my service. I do X, 24-hour service. This is your chance to show off what you do. And Deirdre here says, at Mally's, we always select the freshest ingredients with the highest level of quality in a Thai food restaurant as we shape each dish into expressive work. And that's from Deirdre's heart, right? That's what she loves. That's her passion, to Raj's point before. She's doing this because she's very passionate about what she does. She's not doing this just because she wants a paycheck. In fact, there's been times when she hasn't gotten a paycheck, right? Because she's super passionate about this. Our guidance here was, hey, Deidre, when you write this up, make sure you add Thai food because that's what folks are searching for. And we want to stick with that theme. We want to stick with Thai food. We want to stick with Thai food menu. We want to make sure this entire website speaks to Thai food, and we're guiding her along. And basically, as soon as she types in Thai food in the description, what we have on the bottom left turns into green from red because now we've detected it, and now her description is also ready for Google to show on the right-hand side, as you can see. As soon as she put that in, she publishes it. Now her description's live on Google, which is great. I picked my title tag, courtesy of Website Builder. I didn't have to write that. It was automatically done for me. My description, I want to be able to write that. It comes from the heart, but GoDaddy helped guide that to make sure that she's still on topic and relevant to what her customers are searching for. Any questions here?
Yeah, just a quick question. Everybody knows that Google is the absolute #1 search engine, but when you optimize for Google, are you also optimizing for Bing and any of the other ones?
Yep. And that's why, we at GoDaddy, again, when we talk to a bunch of customers, still talk to customers, a lot of people care about Google, a lot of people care about Yelp, some people care about Bing, some about Yahoo, but ultimately it's a very universal type of paradigm in terms of search engine optimization. Bing, Yahoo is powered by Bing, so anything you do for Google translates over to Bing, which translates over to Yahoo. So I wouldn't get so caught up on optimizing for different types of search engines. I would just, again, I'm biased, so I would use this tool to optimize for Google, which will optimize for everyone. And the great thing about what we also do, Brent, and it's a great question, is that when we're done, as Deidre walks through this, she completes the steps, which as you can see is point and click. When she publishes, we actually ping, a very technical term, but basically we go to Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and we say, hey, this site is alive now. This is the content of the site. This is what's on the site. Put this in your index and help get it ranked, basically, right? So we're telling them, hey, this site is ready for you. Come crawl it. Come do everything that you do, and let's get it live on your search engine. So that's also done as soon as you publish the website.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions?
We did have one. It's kind of a little different, but it's coming from. I want to make sure I get the name right. I think it's Stephanie Lee, and I think I get this right, but she says, is having an internet marketing company selling a product better than having a storefront in this day and age? Not quite under. I don't know exactly where she was going with it.
Maybe I'll try to rephrase the question, and Stephanie, if you are online, you can correct me. Are you saying that is it better to have an online business than just an offline business? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so look, in this day and age, not having an online business, whether you have an offline business or not, I don't think that's an option. Like it doesn't matter whether you have a storefront or not. You should have some form of a digital identity, because frankly, people are searching for you online. It doesn't matter whether you're a store or not. They're going to still search for you. I'll give you a simple example. And this, I was in Sedona, Arizona, with my wife and daughter, and we were roaming around, and we were looking for a small art gift for a friend of ours. She is very much into art, and we just literally roamed around. I took out my phone and said Sedona Art Gallery, and I was looking for something with good reviews and a price point that was not outlandish. I don't make that kind of money. So I searched for it, found the first few links on Google, like first 2 or 3, and went in and clicked on one of them and found some information, and also found their phone numbers. I called them and said, hey, are you guys open? Nobody picked up the phone. I walked into the store, like I walked by and the store was closed, and in Google it said that the store hours are open. This is the kind of wrong information that exists about businesses when they don't update their website, when they don't update their phone number, and you don't get to, they lost a business right then and there. So that's what I'm talking about.
I'll add one quick one before you jump ahead. If you're like me, I do a fair amount of traveling, and sometimes when you're kind of out of your regular, places that or walking around and maybe looking for a good place to eat, what do? You go to Open Table or something like that.
Yep.
And restaurants that don't really show up there, there's no chance of me finding them and going in and getting something to eat there.
You raise a very important point, and I'm guessing Raj will show some of this in our next tip and tricks. It's essentially how we use our GetFound product to connect with Open Table. So
cool.
It's like, again, I reiterate, start basics.
Yep.
Get your website, get your domain, and again, my offer still stands. Email us, we'll help you set up. Go into the SEO tool, optimize your SEO tool, and Raj, I think we should probably move a little fast and help them understand, okay, and Brent, we can share this deck with the attendees, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Awesome, yep.
Yep. So as we move past the description tag, here's another example. So we've also, again, if you look at the previous and the current, as you can see the code at the top. Nobody wants to deal with code. We want to make it as easy as point and click for everyone. So here's another example of where you need to have an H1 tag. Probably one of the most trickiest examples, because not a lot of folks know what an H1 tag is. Again, we've made it dead simple. We call it a heading tag. We've made it so that it auto inserts, or you can actually just click a button and it'll insert it for you. It's really up to you. If you want to have a little fun with it, if you want to learn how it gets inserted, where it is, click the button and it will do it for you as well. Again, how it looks on Google and why Google cares about it is Google, again, it's looking for you to keep talking about the same thing over and over, which is if you do Thai food well, keep talking about Thai food, because that's what you're passionate about, that's what you're doing, that's what you're serving, that's what customers are looking for. Don't deviate from it. And as you can see, the SEO tool just builds on top of it. It learns from what you've given it, and it learns from what you're selecting, and it keeps making things more and more and more relevant as you go through it. But again, very simple for you to use, because all you have to do is click and insert something rather than having to type it in. So another example of how it helps. Another thing I'll show you. So this is, if you look at the code up there, very, very intense. It's something even I can't do. And I'll give you an example. So this is basically your name, address, and phone. In the industry, we call it NAP. And for business owners, it's called getting customers and getting the phone to ring and getting reservations and getting foot traffic. We've made it, again, that simple. When you come into the product or website builder, more than likely your information is pre-filled, because we have some information about the account. And if you don't, you just type it in. You let us know what your name is, what your phone number is, what your address is. And what we do is we take the hardest part, which is wrapping it for Google to understand what type of business it is, where it's located, how to make a phone call. And we do all the hard work in the back end, and again, make it dead simple so that when Google publishes it on their property, or Bing or Yahoo, it's displayed in it's a great format, because it knows exactly that's the right address, the zip code, and the best of all, like where the phone number. So if you care about foot traffic or the phone ringing, this is something that, it's paramount to have on your website, because it speaks Google's language as Google is running through and indexing your site. Any questions there?
No, that's good, straightforward meat and potatoes right there.
Yep. So let's get to the more meat and potatoes then. So this is our tool called GetFound, and what we have here, if you look at what we call off-page, a name, address, phone. So the concept here is everything that we've done up to this point for tips and tricks has been on the website. Everything that you're doing on the website to optimize or to use the SEO tool to help it get found. Now, we have another great tool actually called GetFound at GoDaddy that helps your brick and mortar business get found on different properties. So if you think about what Circle...
So for Stephen, who asked us the question, like step 1 would be to get a website and a domain. Step 2 would be to optimize her site. And step 3 would be to get a GetFound tool.
Yep.
Okay.
So after Stephanie, we're going to use you moving forward. After you get the GetFound tool, basically, again, very simple premise. all the GetFound tool needs to do, and again, let's think about very simple things, very basic things. If you're just getting started, your name, address, phone, and since you have the website now, your website name. If you have hours, your hours, and then obviously your category. Here it's restaurants and Thai restaurants for Deidre, who's setting this up. But again, things that you're familiar with. You know when you're open, you know when you're closed, you know what your website address is. And we make it that simple. So what we do is we take all this information about your business and think about your business, what Brent just said. When somebody is traveling, like Brent is, he just flew in, it's 8 o'clock, he's getting on Yelp, and he's trying to figure out, okay, what's open now around this hotel where I can go eat. Those are consumers looking for a restaurant, right, as they travel. And this is where we want to enable your business to get found at the right time, for the right location, for the right price as well, because it is very cheap for us. And then also, if you see on the right-hand side, what happened with Mally's Thai Bistro is after they use the GetFound tool, their location is now on Yelp, TripAdvisor, Facebook, Yellow Pages, City Search, Foursquare, and this is just a sampling of all the locations or properties that we enable your business on. So a key one here that would be that Raj had mentioned before would be OpenTable as well, right, Brent? So as you mentioned that earlier, so we would power your business listing and your business information on OpenTable with your menu as well. So as you can see in the screenshot, bottom left-hand side for the restaurant, she actually created 3 different menus. And she's able to now take that menu and automatically have it sent over to OpenTable. She didn't have to create it anywhere else. It's basically one-stop shop. You create it once, and we do all the work for you to create all those accounts for you, populate all those accounts with the same information over and over. It sounds monotonous. We do it all for you, but the best part about all this, Google sees that as consistency and authority, because now Google sees, wow, this business owner really cares about their business to have the same information in all these different properties because they care to get found. And Google sees that as authority, and what that translates to on the website for Google is that you will always be closer to the top, respective to your competition who might not care so much and might not have all these different profiles.
Raj, I mean, I think you just made magic happen there. So let me just reiterate what I understood. So I just had a website and I optimized it, and somehow Google was doing something good. But now you've taken all my information, everything, the name, address, phone number, if I'm a restaurant, my menu, or if I am, God knows, like, let's say my bakery, or
salon.
I'm a salon,
Yep.
all my service list,
Yep.
everything. And you have distributed it everywhere.
Yep.
Just like that.
So we make it that simple. I mean, we even have so much magic that you can take a picture of your price list, like my dish selection, upload it into the tool, and we'll convert it within an hour for you and syndicate it and have it published out to all these different sites for you.
Wow.
So I think that's the power of this. Is that, again, we're cognizant that it's 5 to 10 minutes. That's what we keep coming back to with everything that we do. How long does it take? 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, let's get this done in 5 to 10 minutes. But the end result is that within 24 hours or so, we can get you on all these different locations so your consumers can find you. Now think about the power of this on a mobile device on Yelp, on a desktop on Google, on a tablet on OpenTable.
So show me the money. But does it really work?
So if you go to the next, as we go to the next slide, this is Mally's. Before they had a website and GetFound with us, this was non-existent. And now if you look at it, if you do a search for Thai food downtown Scottsdale, or if you're in downtown Scottsdale and you search for Thai food, Google knows where you are based on your IP. By you, I mean your customer. Google is now serving up Mally's, and Mally's literally owns the front page of Google. If I'm searching for a Thai food place in Old Town Scottsdale or Scottsdale, I'm like, wow, this restaurant must be really good. That they are all, I don't even know where else to go.
Yep.
If you think about it, again, so how did we get here? We got here by, again, to Raj's point, get the website, get the domain, make sure you do the SEO as step 2, and then step 3, make sure you use something like GetFound to enhance everything that you've done in step 1 and step 2, right? It's about leveraging the power of GoDaddy and leveraging the power of all these different websites that all they do is basically just keep adding more and more authority to who you are as a small business owner and your brand. So Google is now seeing all these profiles, all this information about you, and it's like, this brand really cares.
I mean, and I kid you not, you can actually take, I know it's hard, but if you take an hour over the weekend, you can get it done, all of it.
Let me ask you a quick question. So if they need to update their information, like some new dishes that they really want to push, all they have to do is update it once using GetFound, and it'll get circulated across to all these different directories.
Absolutely, that's another big point. So the thing to think about GetFound is one place to put all your information, and it gets distributed everywhere. And you can update it n number of times. It doesn't really matter. It just gets distributed everywhere. Now, it's not instantaneous. You can't expect these things to get distributed instantaneously. It takes some time, but it gets distributed. You don't have to go manually to any of these places. Actually, in some cases, you cannot even go manually because it's just too many of these places. There's 200.
And you
places.
optimize this for location. So if my restaurant is in downtown Atlanta, you're going to make sure I'm kind of optimizing in the right directories that will really help me find, make the mark with people in downtown Atlanta looking for a meal.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I mean, I think once people use it, once people know what the power of this, they don't want to go back to anything else.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, quick question around, because we see every day there's a new hot site or recommendation engine or something. Do you guys help make sure that the information, when it's something kind of pops up saying this is an important new network or an important new recommendation engine, you guys go ahead and once you bring it under the GetFound umbrella, it starts getting propagated over to there as well?
We just do it and let you know that we did it.
Okay, great.
I mean, we basically, think of it, I think Raj said it in a very empathetic way. I can't repeat his voice there. I was looking at him. We really do care about every single customer who doesn't have a marketing department, doesn't have anyone to help. We have to build a product that works for them in that short time period that they have. They don't have infinite time. And so we need to make it work for them.
Yeah, and I think to that point, Brent, is that we're constantly looking for these new and hot properties as well, so you don't have to, right? We are like your marketer in a box, right, if you want to put it that way. And we take the time and effort to make sure that's all happening. And, you might not know that this new website X is hot and ready, and you have to get on there now. You have to spend 30 minutes or an hour just to get it going. We'll already have it done for you.
That brings up another quick question. So we got location. Is there any way that you guys help with demographics so that, I'm a product or service that's really focused on, the young under 30 population that maybe it slightly skews male? Do you actually help with that kind of getting it optimized for those kind of populations as well?
Not to that level. So we are working through that. You're now starting to get into a little bit of our product roadmap.
Okay.
I'm getting the sense that you probably want to come and work with us in the product roadmap.
We'll be talking about that later. But I just wanted to make sure that people kind of understand where it is currently and where it's going, because I think it like you said, it's this whole concept of 5 minutes getting it done and then being able to keep it up in 5 minutes or less. That's incredibly helpful.
Yes.
Think of it as peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
We want to be the FedEx, I guess.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that once you give us this, we'll take care of it for you. And then we'll always be watching. We'll always be making sure it's the latest information, and nobody else can override it either.
Yep. And I think so. In terms of being thinking through the tips and tricks, I think the logical transition for any small business as they think about how to grow their business and or run their business more effectively. Yes, you got your website, you got your domain, you optimized your site for Google and all these search engines. You used our GetFound tool to boost your business presence everywhere. And then there's a logical set of steps. And I've seen many of your webinars, Brent, and one of the things you talk about is how do you, so this is all customer acquisition. And then there's a whole set of things you can do around customer retention. And so there are a set of tools out there. And over time, GoDaddy will also provide many of these tools. But we do have an email marketing tool that allows you to market to your customer base. And with that, you can even send simple things like, hey, you know what? Come back to the business and get 10% off next time you show up, whether it's a restaurant or whether it's a hair salon. Everybody wants to do that, right? So getting customers back or having new customers come in, all these things are, again, part of that guest customer strategy. So go online, get customers, and then repeat that cycle. That's as simple as the tips and tricks.
No, that's good. That's a great point. Because after you did all that hard work of getting found and bringing them on board, you want them not to just buy once, but you want them to come back often.
Right. You want them to buy more and different stuff, and hopefully more interesting stuff that costs a little bit more, right? So, absolutely. So I think, and that's where over time you'll see, and you are getting into it, and I want to be as transparent as I can be. Over time, we will make all these tools work very seamlessly with each other, so that they don't feel like they're independent tools. That you start with the website, but everything else just starts to work with each other.
We have a question from Tyrone Tate. I'm just going to throw it out there to whoever wants to tackle it. It says, does the website track customer information, i.e. dates, times, etc.? I'm not quite sure, Tyrone. Does the website track customer information?
Yeah, so there's two things. And also one is the website has a contact form that comes in between, like already inbuilt in it.
Okay.
So if you came in and if you put your, like, let's say I am Raj, I came to a site and put in my information, contact information, the business owner will get that information. So that's one. The second thing, when you talk about, I want to understand the motivation behind the question so I can answer it better. But
sure.
Is the motivation that, hey, look, I want to understand who is visiting my site from where, so I can maybe send out coupons and offers in that area? Like, what's the motivation of the question? So then I can.
Tyrone, is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to understand not just who these people are, but like how often they come to your site and visit, and what they maybe download or what they sign up for. Is that kind of the information you're looking for? Because that's quite a lot of information to get. You guys work on kind of the get found part, but do you also and you Raj, you started talking a little bit about retention.
Yep.
At another product, or is that something you guys are building in the get found?
No, we will connect it with GetFound. Yes, it's another. We already have another product called email marketing right now.
Okay.
And it's Express email marketing. You can buy it right now from GoDaddy. It doesn't connect seamlessly with GetFound, but we'll connect it seamlessly.
But so, with that product, you can see who's opening, what they're clicking on, and all that kind of information.
You can, well, for the emails that you sent. But
right,
that's why I'm trying to understand. Yeah, for the emails that you send, absolutely you can. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Tyrone, I don't know if we totally answered the question, but maybe if you want to send me an email that flushes it out, I'll be glad to shoot it over, and maybe we can even get a little deeper answer for you.
Absolutely. I'm totally happy to give you a deeper answer.
Great. So are we, I know we've been jumping in with questions, but are we, where are we in the actual presentation?
I think we are about done. I mean, I think, again, just to repeat ourselves, not to the point where it becomes like, oh my God, these guys have repeated it 20 times. But really, I mean, I think the simplicity of the message is, hey, if you don't have a website, get a website with a domain. After that, optimize your site for your search engines. Whether it be Google, Bing, Yahoo, there is a search engine optimization product we have that will allow you to optimize it. And if you're a local business, go get GetFound, amplify it. After you have done that, use Express email marketing or any email marketing product that you like to actually connect with your customers that you got through all this hard work that you've done.
Right.
That's it.
And this is like we said early on, this is optimized just as much for folks who are searching on the mobile device as it is on the desktop, right?
That's right. Absolutely right. We don't discriminate. We actually.
That's good to know. Well, so can you maybe talk a little bit about how someone would go about getting a GetFound and how they sign up for the service and costs? And all. I know.
Yeah, happy to do a quick demo and show your audience what this looks like. So can you see my screen still?
Yes, we got you.
Great. So let's go.
Actually, while Raj is typing it, the one beauty of this is just as we are doing it, go to getfound.com. That does the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, anybody who's out there, they could actually be doing this too.
Yeah, getfound.com.
So you could go to getfound.com or you can go to GoDaddy. Either way, it's very easy to find, which is hopefully the easy. And then we can try a business in Tempe, Arizona. So this is, I'm just going to pull one up called the Grove. And let's try something that. Brent, are you, how about this? Let's try something in Atlanta that you're familiar with. Maybe a restaurant or a...
Oh, okay. Let's do like the Varsity.
There we go. The one on North Avenue, Lindbergh?
Yeah, the North one is the biggie.
Cool. So GetFound, as you can see, it automatically suggested where it is. So all you literally have to do is type in the Varsity, and it knows where you are, so it'll add Atlanta to it. And as you can see, so let's talk about the Varsity. Actually, they've done a interesting job. So some places it's called the Varsity Downtown. Some places the phone number is actually different. Hours are different in a few places.
Wow.
Let's see. Hours are missing on Facebook and Bing. Let's see. Yep, phone number is different a few places. And as you can see, one of the biggest things we see, so as you can see, like the biggest thing in here is your hours and your menu are priceless. And they haven't done a very good job with making sure that's accurate across the web. It's also interesting that's called, there's different names for it too. So as you can remember from the webinar when we were talking about this, is that Google values when you are consistent. So if you're seeing North Avenue, Northwest, and 61 North Avenue without the Northwest here, that's actually a signal for Google to figure out which one's actually real. So the propensity for something wrong ending up on Google is higher, or the odds for that happening is much higher, because now Google's not sure which one has the highest authority or which one is actually accurate. So GetFound in this case would correct all this, right? If this is the right address, it would make sure that Northwest is everywhere. Same hours are everywhere. The menu is the same across all different properties. So this is the power of GetFound. Not only does it show you what the information looks like or the business looks like in all properties, but then it can also correct it all for you by simply just adding all this information, which is name, address, phone, hours, and menu. Again, the menu can be as easy as taking a picture of your existing menu at your restaurant and uploading it, and we'll convert it for you, or you can just type it in as well. So we can try another one. Let's try something. Let's try something else with the cup. Let's see how this comes up. So we're trying the cup. As you can see, it's on Yelp. And look at everywhere else. So Foursquare is completely missing, Bing is completely missing, Yahoo's completely missing, Google's completely missing. Hours are completely different between Yelp and Facebook. Address is different. Here there's a suite number, there's no suite number here. Here it's called Cup Duh. So as you can see, I mean, we see more of this than the Varsity, right? Because this is symptomatic of probably a single proprietor, 1 to 5 employees, the very small businesses we call it, who's running many functions, trying to do everything, and simply doesn't have the time to do all this. But now they can use GetFound, figure out how they perform across all these different websites, and make an update with one click. Yep.
Wow, yeah, and anybody can see all the different properties that you're checking this with. So this is
to Raj's point, go to getfound.com and check it out for yourself. I mean, we don't want to sit here and just prophetize all day, but yeah, I mean, do it yourselves and try it out. See what you guys think. Try it for your business.
Can we do the plans and pricing?
Yeah, of course. So what we have is we have 3 different plans, and the plans, again, they have different benefits. For any local business, the reason why we say Essential is most popular, it gives us the most bang for the buck. What it gives you is access to all the different websites that were shown in our scanner. So things like all the search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, social media sites like Facebook, Yelp, TripAdvisor, and local sites like Yellow Pages, City Search. And then the ability to publish your menu, and then updates as well. And this is something, Brent, you had asked earlier to Raj, is can I also update? So Essential gives you not only the power to create, but then also periodically update something like your menu, or let's say if your phone number changed, which could be critical for your business.
Yeah.
We would take care of that. And frankly, that happens more often than not, right? When people want to change something, and all this duplicate information ends up on the web. And that's not, Google sees that as non-authoritative, and they actually penalize businesses for that when you don't take care of your own business listing. So for us, where we try to give the most amount of value is Essential for the actual syndication or publishing part. Ultimate then also gives you more power to actually, and I think Brent, you had asked this question earlier, was, as you make an update, also post specials on Facebook and Twitter at the same time. So you can say, hey, just updated my menu, added a new happy hour, 50% off this week on Facebook and Twitter at the same time.
Very cool. And thanks to Susie Penner, we actually have a special discount code that we will be sending in our emails to everybody who attended. You'll get a nice little discount on your order if you decide to go that route. So this has been great, guys. Lots of great information, and a really great place for folks that I'm still kind of stuck on the whole 50% don't have a website, which I've heard that number for, it seems like forever, and it's just really fascinating to me that it hasn't really changed when you have tools like this out there that really make it real easy for folks to do this kind of thing.
I think, Brent, they were just missing you and me.
Yes, that's it. Well, now they know they can, in order to get found, they can look to you guys, because maybe there's still a lot of people who view GoDaddy as domain names and websites, and now you have these tools as well.
Yeah, and I also want to show quickly, as Raj spoke earlier, listen, guys, it is as easy as $1 a month, right?
I mean, I honestly mean it, like, really. Get started, have our email addresses. If you get stuck, let us know. Like, you can do it yourself. You should not fear this. It's not hard at all.
All right. And
no HTML skills needed, period. Seriously.
Very good. I just want to say thanks to both Raj and Raj from GoDaddy. We will make sure that everybody gets the slides from the night, and this has been recorded, so we'll shoot out a link to the recording. And one special note I wanted to tell Stephanie Lee, since she asked the very first question, we have a brand new Amazon Fire TV that you're going to get for participating tonight. So we appreciate the question. We appreciate you being a part of it, and you will be able to get an Amazon Fire TV. I have your email address, so I'll email you. You'll shoot me your address, and we'll get it over to you. So thanks.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
Congratulations.
There you go. So thanks to Stephanie, thanks to Raj and Raj, thanks to GoDaddy, And thanks to everybody who participated tonight on the June edition of the webinar TNT series. We will also include in our email the next one. It'll be mid-July. I can't remember the date, but we'll have all that information for you ready to go. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Got done right in time so we can all watch the NBA playoffs. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Good night.
Go San Antonio.